Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Mustafa Nasser from Arabic Finance. In the previous lesson of this speaking course, we learned how to ask simple yes or no questions in Arabic, and we learned how to answer with affirmation. Today, we will learn how to answer with negation. But not only that, we will learn about 5 basic negation tools in Arabic and how to use them to negate an affirmed sentence. Before we start, well, you know what to do. Subscribe my channel, activate the bell, and like the video. You're also welcome to join our Facebook group, in which we are having many activities. You will always see the link in the video description. There are 5 basic negation tools in Arabic: لا, لم, ما, لن, and ليس. All of them are prepositions except for ليس, which is a verb. Today we will learn how to negate a verbal sentence, and in the next lesson we will learn how to negate a nominal sentence. I'm going to follow a different approach in this lesson by giving you the examples first, and then we will extract the concept out of these examples. Let's begin with the first one, لا. This preposition means no in English. Sometimes it's only enough to answer with no. Like these 2 examples from the previous lesson. هل أخذت غدائك? Have you taken your lunch? You can simply say no, which is لا. هل هذا ولد? Is this a boy? لا, which means no. This is not a boy. Okay? However, sometimes لا means something else. Let's check these examples. فاطمة لا تأكل اللحم. فاطمة doesn't eat meat. هم لا يحبون السمك. They don't like fish. لا أحد في الفصل. No one is in the class. In the first 2 examples, لا came before present verbs. تأكل and يحبون. While in the last example, it came before a noun, أحدا. So we can use the preposition لا to negate both verbal sentence and nominal sentence. In verbal sentences, mostly it comes before the verb. Like here, it came directly before the verb. لا تأكل and لا يحبون. Let's now practice a little exercise. I will give you some affirmed sentences and we are to negate them using the preposition لا. هي تدرس. She studies. Okay, now we are looking for a verb, a present verb, which is تدرس. Okay? All what I'm going to do is to shift this present verb and put لا before it. هي لا تدرس. She doesn't study. And that's all. The second one, أنا أذهب إلى الملعب كل يوم. I go to the playground every day. Again, we are looking for a verb, which is أذهب. I will shift it, add the preposition لا before it. I don't go to the playground every day. The last example we have, أحمد يلعب كرة القدم. Ahmed plays football. Where is the verb again? يلعب. Add لا before the verb. أحمد لا يلعب كرة القدم. Ahmed doesn't play football. And here we need to stop because this sentence might carry 2 meanings. I might mean that Ahmed doesn't play football right now. So I'm negating an action in present tense. Or I'm generally talking about Ahmed. He generally doesn't play football. So I'm giving a fact or an information about this person. So we can conclude that the preposition لا comes before present verbs in order to do 2 functions. Negate an action in present tense or stating a fact or an information about something. So it's equal to doesn't or don't in English. Now moving to the second preposition, لم. Check these examples before we explain. Muhammad لم يذهب إلى المدرسة. Muhammad didn't go to the school. عائشة لم تأكل الطعام. عائشة didn't eat the food. And lastly, المعلم لم يشرح الدرس. The teacher didn't explain the lesson. By looking at these examples, we can see again that the preposition لم came before present verbs. يذهب, تأكل, and يشرح. But it negates an action in the past. That's why it means didn't in English. Let's look at these examples. أحمد أكل السمك بالأمس. Ahmed ate the fish yesterday. Obviously, this is an affirmed sentence in the past. The verb أكل means ate in the past, okay? So, in order to negate this sentence with the preposition لم, first, we place it before the verb. And second, we will have to convert the verb أكل into the present because, as we said, لم is used with present verbs. The present of أكل is يأكل. أحمد لم يأكل السمك بالأمس. Ahmed didn't eat the fish yesterday. The same way we used didn't with infinitive. We didn't say didn't eat, but we said didn't eat. Okay? The second example, ذهب الطبيب إلى المستشفى هذا الصباح. The doctor went to the hospital this morning. Where is the verb again? ذهب. This is a past verb, means went. So we will place لم before the verb and then we will get the present of this verb. لم يذهب. يذهب. لم يذهب الطبيب إلى المستشفى هذا الصباح. The doctor didn't go to the hospital this morning. So, in short, the preposition لم is used with present verbs in order to negate an action in the past. Now, moving to the third preposition, لن. Let's check these examples. لن أذهب إلى المدرسة اليوم. I will not go to the school today. المعلم لن يشرح الدرس. The teacher will not explain the lesson. محمد لن يسافر غدا. Muhammad will not travel tomorrow. As you can see, the preposition لن again came before present verbs. أذهب, يشرح, and يسافر. But in this time, it negates an action is yet to happen in the future. That's why it's equal to will not in English. Is there any future tense in Arabic? If I want to express an action in the future, what should I do? In Arabic, to express future, we use one of two prepositions together with present verbs. سوف or the prefix س, one letter. So if I'm saying محمد يأكل الطعام, Muhammad eats, I want to get the future of this verb eats. So يأكل, I will add سوف. It becomes سوف يأكل, will eat, or simply I can add the prefix س. Muhammad سيأكل, will eat. Now let's look at these examples and know how to negate them using the preposition لن. The first one, الطالب سيكتب الامتحان غدا. The student will write the exam tomorrow. So as you can see, this verb سيكتب is expressing the future because there is this prefix س. سيكتب, will write. In order to negate this verb, so we will add لن before the verb and we will have to get the present of this verb because as we said, لن is used with present verbs. الطالب لن يكتب الامتحان غدا. The student will not write the exam tomorrow. The second example, سأذهب لزيارة جدي في المساء. I will go to visit my grandfather in the evening. Here is a verb, سأذهب. Obviously is expressing the future because of this prefix, se. So, in order to negate it, we will add len before the verb and we will have to remove the prefix. So it becomes لن أذهب إلى زيارة جدي في المساء. I will not go to visit my grandfather in the evening. Here is a quick summary about the 3 prepositions we talked about so far. The first preposition, لا, it's used with present verbs in order to negate an action which is happening right now in present. And it's equivalent to doesn't or don't in English. The second one, لم, it's also used with present verbs, but this time to negate an action in the past. And it equalizes didn't in English. And the third one, len, it's also used with present verbs, but this time to negate an action which is yet to happen in the future. So we can say it's equal to will not in English. I would like to add a 4th preposition, ma. This preposition is multifunction. It has many uses as we will see in the coming lessons. But it also can be used to negate actions. Let's look at these examples. محمد ما ذهب إلى الطبيب بالأمس. Muhammad didn't go to the doctor yesterday. الرجل ما أخذ الكتاب. The man didn't take the book. أخي ما قرأ الجريدة. My brother didn't read the newspaper. By looking at these examples, we can obviously see that the preposition ما came before past verbs. ذهب, أخذ, and قرأ. So we can say this time the preposition ما is used to negate an action in the past, but this time it's used with past verbs. So we have 2 prepositions in this lesson are used to negate an action in the past. The first one, لم, but لم is used with present verbs, while the second one, ما, is used with past verbs, and both of them mean didn't in English. Now I will give you some examples, and we are to negate it one time using the preposition لم and another time using ما. Let's begin. The first one, شرب القط اللبن. شرب القط اللبن. القط means the cat, and this word is used with masculine. It means a male cat. If I want to get the feminine, you know what to do. You will add type تا, القطة. Okay? So شرب القط اللبن. This is an affirmed sentence in the past because the verb شرب is a past form, which means drank. Now I want to negate this sentence using both لم and ما. I will start with the simplest one, ما. I will only add it before the verb. ما شرب القط اللبن. I will never change anything because, as we said, ما is used with past verbs. And the verb we have in this sentence is already in past. شرب, okay? ما شرب القط اللبن. Let's now use the second one, لم. I will add لم before the verb, and then I will have to convert the verb into the present because لم is used with present verbs. لم يشرب القط اللبن. ما شرب القط اللبن. لم يشرب القط اللبن. The second one, ذهبت إلى المزرعة بالأمس. I went to the farm yesterday. Let's now use the first one, ما. I will only add it without any adjustment. ما ذهبت إلى المزرعة بالأمس. Now the second one, لم. I will add it before the verb and I will have to convert the verb into the present. The present of ذهبت is أذهب. لم أذهب إلى المزرعة بالأمس. ما ذهبت إلى المزرعة بالأمس. لم أذهب إلى المزرعة بالأمس. Let me now give you a couple of examples to negate them yourself and tell me the answers in the comments. One time you negate them using the preposition ما, and other time you use the preposition لم. The first example: لبست فاطمة الفستان. فاطمة wore the dress. الطالبان ذهبا إلى المدرسة بالأمس. The two students went to the school yesterday. المعلمات كتبن الدرس. The teachers, the female teachers, wrote the lesson. So today we learned how to negate a verbal sentence, a verb I mean, whether it's happening right now, in the past, or is yet to happen in the future. We said that these three prepositions, لا, لم, and لن, are used with present verbs, and only ما is used with past verbs. As always, don't forget to download the summary of this lesson as PDF from the link in the video description. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and join our Facebook group from the link again in the video description. See you in the next lesson.